Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good, Thais. How are you?
Well, today we want to share our experience with ANZ Bank, which is the bank we are using for the account of our self-managed super fund or SMSF. That's the retirement, one of the retirement structures in Australia. And we are having like a very interesting experience with them so far, right?
Yeah, the last 24 to 36 hours has been very revealing. We were originally suggested to use ANZ because it's more crypto friendly, and theoretically they allow you to transfer without as many hassles as other banks. They won't they won't necessarily flag you or create barriers to being able to just transfer to just a crypto exchange. Just a normal crypto exchange.
Okay, so that's what you're trying to do right now.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do is to move money from the SMSF to an exchange.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what's happening?
Well, it really started yesterday.
Oh no, last week actually.
Last week, was it? Oh yeah, you're right.
The first try.
Yeah. Our first, we tried to move over a fairly big chunk of money, and we thought everything was fine. The weekend happened. We just noticed that we made the transaction and it disappeared from the ANZ account, but it never appeared in the exchange.
Okay.
So we just thought maybe there's just a delay, right? And there's two ways you can move the money. You can use Pay ID, or you can use like a BSB and an account number. Right?
Okay, yes, that's true.
We chose to do the Pay ID because that's supposed to be faster.
Correct. Normally Pay ID is like, right, it happens straight away.
Yeah, exactly. And so Monday, that's when things started getting a little crazy because then I started getting messages that our account had been blocked. And basically I tried to access the account and then it was like, nope, your PIN is blocked.
Wow.
And I tried to do this, other thing, and then it's like, nope, that code is blocked.
So you couldn't even log in to see your account, your balance, nothing?
Couldn't log in at all. On my phone, like using the app, or on the computer too. Like nothing was working. I couldn't even get in. It always just said, you need to call.
Okay.
So I called, and it took a few tries because you needed enough time. Turns out it took 45 minutes. I called, and the first guy I talked to, he starts interrogating me.
Okay. What did he ask?
Oh, he's like,
stressful.
okay. So he's like, all right. So you were trying to move money into a crypto exchange. How did you hear about the exchange?
Wow. Okay.
Who told you about it? And I'm like trying to remember because we've talked to a lot of people.
Yeah. We've been investigating a lot.
We've been investigating and talking to lots of groups and businesses and
Absolutely.
people. So I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
And then, and then he's like, well, do you know them personally?
Wow.
And I'm like, well, we've talked to them online. We've done video calls with them.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's knowing them personally. And he's like, no. Do you know them like in real life, like in person? I'm like, well, no.
Okay.
And then he's like, okay, well, this is starting to sound like a scam.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, it's not a scam. We know what we're doing. And he's like, no, this is really sounding like a scam. And he says, there are thousands of people that are getting scammed every day. People are putting their life savings, into these.
He was telling you this, like getting you scared.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, and I told him a couple of the names of the people that we work with.
Yes.
And then he's like, well, do you know them personally? I'm like, well, no. And he's like, so you've never met them?
Yeah, as if we knew our bankers in person. We
Yeah.
don't even know who they are.
Yeah, exactly. and then he's like, well, how long have you been doing this? And we're pretty new to this.
Yeah.
We've only been doing this for 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, but it's not that this was our first transaction. We have been buying Bitcoin with this exchange.
Yeah.
And it works. It's legit. They are legal in Australia, and we have transferred from that exchange to our cold wallets. Like we own our cryptos.
Yeah.
So obviously we know how they work.
We know how it works.
Yeah.
And then
But
I told him that too. I said we've done quite a few exchanges already with this exchange, and never had an issue, And then he's like, so are they suggesting that you use ANZ? Are they telling you to do this? And I'm like, no, they're not telling us to do that.
No.
We're just, they're giving us options. We're trying to understand.
Yes.
What are the options? Where do we go? We're trying to understand what's reliable, what's safe, what's secure. We're trying to understand all that. But, so I told him, I said, no, they're not telling us to do anything. He said, did they advise you to do this? I was like, no, they haven't advised us. Other than maybe saying, oh, this is maybe a good choice.
And then how did you convince him to unlock the account?
Well, he kept putting me on hold for like 10 minutes at a time.
Oh my God.
And then coming back, and then he would be like, well, I have some more questions for you,
So annoying.
It went on, and eventually he came back and he said, basically, we're pretty sure this is a scam.
Oh my God. And he's doing this while he's working. Like you are stressed also because you're taking a bit of time from your work.
Yeah.
And you have you're stressed already. You're spending all this time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he tells you it's a scam.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, so I just kind of thought, okay, let me just go with the flow. Okay. He says this is a scam. He says he's going to go ahead and unlock it, but he's like, this is most likely a scam. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go with this, and not try to fight him and convince him that it's not.
Okay.
Because he's already sold on the idea that this is a scam.
Yeah.
I can't convince him that it's not.
Maybe he knows this is not a scam, but obviously he needs to defend the bank. He doesn't want you to move the funds out of the bank.
Exactly.
Because we are just getting the money out of the normal financial system into crypto, into our own wallet, so they don't have control on our money.
Right.
And this is not good for banks at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because now they can't take your money and loan it out and make their own money with your money. Put it back into the system and then do that whole multiplication process.
Get rich with our money. Wow.
So,
but at least even though he said this is a scam, maybe he said it just to get you scared, so you would stop trying.
Yeah.
But at least he unlocked it at that moment.
He unlocked it. Yeah. And then he called me again after 10 minutes and said he's going to send me some documents. He wanted to make sure he had my email address and my phone number correct. And then he sent us some documents on how to identify scams.
The black book.
Oh, that was the next morning.
Yeah.
That was another black
document.
book.
So he sent you
This is other documents on scams.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Qué fastidio.
And he said he was going to unlock it. But then what happened is they unlocked it. I could go back online. Last night we decided, okay, we're going to do another attempt to do the
smaller
transfer.
Amount?
Much smaller, like 10%.
Yeah, just to try.
Much smaller. And I thought, okay, this hopefully won't be an issue. And boom, as soon as I clicked that button, submit, then it was like, oh, there's a problem. And then I started getting the emails, we've locked your account. I started getting the text messages, we've blocked your account. So then I get on the phone and I'm trying to call them, and I was on the phone for an hour and a half.
This morning?
Last night.
Oh, last night.
I never even could get through.
Yeah, that's true. They
would not, they said your average wait time is 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
But I was on the phone for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think they're not working. So, even though they said this is 24/7 service, I don't think they were working.
I think not. Yeah.
I don't think they will have all those calls at that time at night.
Yeah, exactly.
So what did you do?
So then this morning at about 6 o'clock, I called them again. Got on the. That time it only took about 5 minutes. I got on the phone.
To get in, okay.
Yep. And so I told the guy this morning, it's a different guy, and I told him, I said, we got blocked yesterday. The guy said he was going to unblock it. That didn't happen. I mean, it got unblocked, but it immediately blocked it last night when we tried to do it.
Yeah, you explained.
Yeah, so it re-blocked it again. And I said, we're trying to make that not happen. And then he says, oh, okay. Where were you trying to send the money to? And I'm like telling him it's this crypto exchange. And then he's like, how long have you been working with them? Oh, here we go again,
Yes.
Just about 3 months. Do you know them, where they are in person? I said, look, I went through 45 minutes of interrogation yesterday. The guy said he was going to make it so that we could do this transaction. I don't want to go through another 45 minutes of interrogation. And so he says, okay, let me put you on hold. And then he comes back 10 minutes later. I mean, this conversation took another 45 minutes this morning. And then he comes back and he's like, okay, well, he says, well, I forgot the question, but it was like, have you used this exchange before? And I said, no. I said, we've used it before, but we are, we're fairly new to crypto. And he says, who is we?
Oh, yeah, yes.
And I said, well, my partner and I. And he's like, oh, who's your partner? I'm like, the person that's on the trust that we share the account with, that's my partner. And he's like, oh, Gomez.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, she. It's a she. Her name is Thais. He's like, do you know her?
Well, I think you know me.
I should know you. Yeah, I said, I think I know her. She's my partner. And he's like, well, have you met her? I said, yeah, every single day I live with her.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe this is because of a lot of scams with the online dating apps.
Oh, maybe.
Lots of people get into relationships.
Yeah.
They start sending money and they say, this is my partner, and they live, I don't know, in Ukraine or whatever, and they never met in person.
Oh, yeah,
so I think that's why. But obviously for us, partners, because we live together, I wouldn't even consider a partner someone that I haven't met.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't call them a partner.
We still, it's a lot of need to happen to be a partner.
So finally he's like, okay, let me put you on hold. And another hold, 10 minutes later, he finally comes back and he says, look, here's what we're going to do. Since you don't want to answer any more questions, we're going to put you in touch with our security team.
Okay.
And they're going to call you and they'll be asking you questions.
Okay.
And I said, okay. I said, what are they going to ask me questions about? And he's like, well, about your account and the security. And I said, didn't I just answer all those questions yesterday and then just now? And he's like, well, they'll be asking you more questions.
So basically they kidnap our money.
They kidnap our money. And he said they're going to give you a call within the next 5 business days.
Wow. So you're still waiting for this call?
So now I'm going to be waiting like a week.
Yeah. And your account is locked.
And the account is blocked. I am blocked out. I can't even get in. I can't look at transactions. I can't look at anything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they have basically hijacked the money.
Imagine if you had also other accounts here. Your salary, your daily account, which is my case.
Yeah.
I have this account we share with ANZ, but the access I have is for other accounts. Like my freelance money is in another account with this access.
Yeah. Exactly.
See, if we were in need of this money, we will be in trouble.
Yeah, and it's like, this is SMSF money. This is retirement. We need to put this into investments.
Correct.
That's the whole point.
We are wasting time.
And now we're wasting time.
Yeah. We're wasting time. And like today, the value of Bitcoin is really good compared to previous weeks. Today was a good day to buy. Tomorrow in the US, the Federal Reserve is having a conference on crypto payments in the US, adoption with lots of leaders from different companies. Like Walmart now is taking crypto payments all over the US. So this conference tomorrow or tonight, Australian time, while we're sleeping, is going to have an impact on the prices because it means, well, the Federal Reserve is doing a conference that is like a webinar everybody can go see about adoption of crypto payments in the US. So this means adoption is growing.
Wow, yeah.
It will increase the prices of crypto. Like I think because people feel like, oh, I can pay in Bitcoin or any other crypto in Walmart or any other store. And coming from the Federal Reserve, it gives it like a real serious status. It's not any crazy company. You know, it's serious.
This is a real thing.
So anyway, I feel like this week was a good week to buy. And then we can't do it because ANZ is not letting us move our money.
Exactly.
That's so frustrating.
So he blocked it, like not permanently, but for a length of time. Now I can't get in. So then what happened for you today? You had a nice experience too.
Well, then I was thinking maybe it is because we were transferring using Pay ID instead of normal BSB and account number. So I thought, okay, I talked to our accountant and I said, let's try this because he's also trying to help us. So, and apparently we are like the first clients they know that are having this issue with ANZ. So I went and I did a small amount, like same 10% of transfer, and immediately I got the same experience with using the BSB and account or Pay ID. Immediately it got blocked my access to the account from the phone, from the app, and called this number. So then I had a meeting at work. I couldn't concentrate much because I was already I was angry, you know. I was just thinking what I'm gonna say when I call, because I'm frustrated with this happening, and I don't know what's the word in English. I say alterada, and I was getting alterada, like fire inside. The Spanish is coming out. And then I even made I was making notes what to say. I found, well, we got the registration number of the exchange in Austrac, so it is legal company in Australia. I got their address here in Queensland of their headquarters, names. I was making notes of everything. I was even going to get the name of the CEO of ANZ. I was getting very, you know.
And see, I didn't have this because I thought, you know, I've done a lot of phone calls for fraud prevention. You know, they lock your credit card and then you have to call them and, you know, clarify the last 3 transactions. You know, 5 minutes, boom, done, you're on your way. But I didn't know I was going to need all this type of information.
Well, I didn't use it because I thought, okay, I'm going to start, and if they start asking questions, based on your experience, I was just preparing to answer questions. And then I made quick notes, and then, okay, I went outside, a little coffee shop next to my work, and called. And I thought, okay, I'm going to be cool, calm, and collected, but not any of that happened. As soon as the worker said, okay, how can I help you? Immediately I said, ANZ blocked my account. You block my account, you're not letting me use my money. I can even see my account, I can see my money. I've been 15 years in Australia working non-stop. This is my money I've been building all these years.
You just let it
go. I was yelling.
Yeah.
I had headphones and I was yelling. People were looking at me. They thought I was a psycho, but once I started, I couldn't stop. And it was good English. I was using Spanish words. You know, I do a lot of Spanglish. And somehow when I'm angry, I'm this English beast. I don't know, but I was like so angry. I was shaking. So you unlock my account now, or I'm gonna take my money out to another bank this week. And she said, oh, let me check. Oh, yeah, it looks here that you did there was a transaction this morning. Yeah, this was me. This is not a scam. This was me. I am aware of what I'm doing. I did it. I want to do this, and the bank is not letting me do it. So you have to unlock it, and you have to let me do it. Oh, let me check. Immediately, she unlocked the account. So I was talking, but I went on the app, and I checked, okay, I can get in. I said, okay, yes, I can get in. Thank you. And I said, why this is happening? I said, oh yeah, the security team, they have flags. If you are doing transactions with digital, they call it digital currency exchanges.
Okay.
So they're flagging this transaction constantly. I said, well, you have to stop doing this because I know what I'm doing. And I said, you might have a lot of clients that are stupid and are getting scammed, but I'm not one of them. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for months. I know how to do transactions with this company. This is a legal company. Has legal, has ANZ. I said that has legal, has ANZ registered in Australia. So you have to let me do this transaction. Are you gonna let me do it? Am I gonna do it now? I'm not gonna get blocked again. And she said, oh no, I can guarantee that because this is automatic. It's part of the system. The only way to do it might be to call that security team that they're gonna call you in 5 days and do it with them on the phone. They might be the only people that can allow the transaction to go through.
Wow.
Yes. And then I was like, but she was really nice. she was saying, these are our security policies. I said, but they're crap because you're not letting me move my money. I know what I'm doing. This is not a scam. Other people might get it, but I know what I'm doing. Not everybody's stupid. And I was raising my voice. I could see poor people having lunch, and they were looking at this show. So, but immediately she saw. I'm gonna send an email to the CEO. I said, yeah, I'm gonna send an email. I'm very frustrated. This is really poor and diminishing, And then I was gonna use my card like, my card like I'm an immigrant, and then you because I'm black, a woman from Venezuela. You think I'm an ignorant, but I'm not. I was prepared to use that card, the discrimination card, but. Which is annoying. Australia has this problem a lot. I don't know how it is in other countries, but here it's so frustrating. They don't want you to think. They don't want people with critical thinking. They just want people don't think. If you don't think, you have a great life in Australia. If you think, if you question, if you want to do things different, you will have problems. Because here we just want to buy crypto. We just want to send money to an exchange and buy crypto. No, they're not gonna let you because they want to protect you. It's a nanny state, and it's very frustrating. So they just want us to stay the money in the bank, earning peanuts in interest, and being losers. That's where they want us. They don't want people to have control on their life. They want to control everything. It's so annoying. And I don't know, I'm paranoid because I've lived control over Venezuela, but man, so when I facing these situations, I feel again like this is like bloody Venezuela, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
This is my money, and we can't even use it right now.
Exactly. They're trying to be this nanny.
Yeah.
But it's true that if you have a nanny, you only have a nanny if you have kids, right? You don't have nannies for adults, right?
Yeah.
You have nannies for kids. So if they want to be nanny, they have to keep us as kids.
Yeah.
Like,
can I have, please? Can you please let me buy? Because please, just a little bit.
Let me use my money,
just a little bit
that I've worked.
I know, it's very annoying.
Just like the people on the phone, like. Come on.
It's so frustrating. So she unlocked my account. I even said later, look, I know you're doing your job. It's not your fault. It's the bank you're working for. And yeah, I'm very disappointed. I'm gonna send an email. I'm gonna take my money out of this bank. And yeah, at the moment we are still waiting to what are we gonna do? We can't move the money.
Yeah.
We are. This is really bad.
Yeah. I'm blocked out.
Yeah.
You could do a transaction, but as soon as you do it, you're going to be blocked again.
I don't want to go through that again. Yeah. The bank is already giving me grief. Today I was shaking stress. I couldn't work properly.
You should only do that once a week.
And I tell you, once we get this money out of this bank, goodbye. Goodbye with ANZ. Simple. I used to have my mortgage with ANZ, then I changed it to another bank. This is like my second time trying with them, but never again. I don't want to. Once we get our money to blockchains or other assets, gold, whatever, oh, that's it. I don't want to deal with banks, normal banks anymore. Just want modern banks that are really with the future.
Yeah.
And that's where blockchain network for transactions is gonna be so good, because we can transfer. We have seen it. We have transferred BTC to our wallets, or from the exchange to getting BTC or any other crypto, and immediately the transaction takes minutes. You can do it on Saturday night. You don't have to wait for Monday at 8 a.m. or you don't have to stop doing financial life on weekends. It's 24/7, and the network is so fast. People in other countries, Dubai, they can buy apartments, cars. In Panama, El Salvador, they can do transactions quickly in crypto, and banks are really so behind. This is terrible service. So right now I'm still
You're still feeling it.
I'm still grumpy with the bank,
Me
but
too.
yeah, at this point we just have to see what we can do with our accountant, and
See what they can see, if there's anything that they can do to help us.
yes,
But I mean, really, I just feel like, we're going through this. This is one of the hardest roadblocks that we've encountered.
yeah,
And I just feel like, man, we're pretty tough. We know what we're doing. We are pretty solid with our plan, our strategy.
yes,
But for somebody that might not be solid or really know all the ins and outs of what they're doing, they would just potentially just get completely bluffed and have no idea, where to go or what to do if they don't have the team, good people that are advising them. They're going to be just turned off, switched off, and boom, that's it.
Yeah, they give up.
It's like they give up.
Yes.
And that's the thing. And then the state, or whatever you want to call it, wins, because the person gave up. Yes.
Yeah, we don't want you to be free. We don't want you to do your own thing. We need to control you. So that's why you need to stay in a normal financial system. Don't complain. You'll get a little bit of interest.
Yeah.
So be happy.
Get your
Be grateful.
5% interest, while inflation is at 7%, and you're actually losing 2% every single month.
Be happy. Don't complain. I know it's just very frustrating, and we have to keep trying. Yeah.
And we will. We'll keep you guys posted on what happens. But we wanted to share, because it's kind of hot right now, in our lives.
Yes.
We're still feeling it. But we'll keep you posted on what happens with that, because this was just a shock.
I know. Yeah.
And we were told, not advised, but that ANZ is one of the more friendly banks.
Imagine
Can you
they're
imagine
friendly.
another bank?
The nasty ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to imagine that. They might just beat us.
They just be like, no, you're not doing it.
I know.
There's no conversation. That's it. No.
And the other thing is that they make us feel like we are criminals. To me, they make me feel like I'm stupid. Like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And they make me feel like I'm a criminal. And then we're always doing the right things. We always follow the rules, pay our taxes, do everything in the right way. And they're making us feel like we are doing something wrong. And you really need to have your ideas clear, so you don't put yourself in doubt on what you're doing.
Exactly.
So that's bad. Even psychologically, this is intense. They make you feel like you're a criminal, asking all those questions. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for listening to our story. And if you have any ideas, of a case on how to go around this in legal ways, obviously, just let us know, because we need help.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.